Pressure, pressure, apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure. Woo!
What's up, y'all? What's up? Yes, I'm back again. I already told y'all we're gonna be dropping episodes every Monday. So a whole week has went by for basketball, man. It's been pretty interesting. We have a lot of things that done just like broke out. A lot of like, it's just major things, not like big, oh, this is over, is whatever. But it's major in the sense of what's going on right now. People think, I mean, what am I talking about? Y'all want to know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna tell you just like this. We still are in a fight in the finals, Miami and the Nuggets, just letting everybody know, quick reminder. And it seems like the media just keeps skipping over what's going on in these playoffs. We don't see enough coverage of the Nuggets and Miami in game 4. And then now today's game 5, and it's a very, very, very important game for Miami because it's win or go home. You know what I'm talking about? They in Denver, so it's close. I was on Miami's bandwagon for the whole finals until game 4 happened. Because I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm looking and I just don't understand what the hell is going on between this team. And now that I feel like as it gets brighter, obviously it happens, it's getting brighter and brighter and brighter as the games go, and you're starting to realize and you're starting to sit there and you're starting to like see as a fan, from a fan perspective, that these undrafted players are not them. We're gonna say them because it's multiple. It's not just him, it's them. They're not them. They showed us individual ways how they can ball and be him for themselves, but we need them to be them. And I was rooting for Miami to come out on top because I was like, damn, Jimmy Butler does need this championship. It would be so great for him because he's been in the league for a minute. He's been busting his you know what for a minute, and it's just time, you know, we give him his flowers and stuff like that. I was talking to one of the OGs that I surround myself with, and we was discussing the fact that maybe just maybe the media is putting too much expectations on Jimmy Butler. Like, he gave himself Hemi buckets, but they're putting a little too much. You know, you give him 40-point games, 50-point games here and there in the playoffs, and then now you're supposed to be Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, or whatever, whoever your GOAT is. But now you're supposed to have that kind of like, you know, status that you carry around on you. And I can only imagine, because we done seen it before. This is with all due respect, because I think Jimmy Butler is a dope basketball player. He's great. He's great for Miami. You know, I'm like a fan of his because I respect the hustle, the grind he goes through, and how he really plays the game, and it earned my respect. But people seem to forget who Jimmy Butler was before and who we're asking too much from. Like, think about it. He came into the league as a defender. The man could not shoot the rock into the ocean, period. So he came into the league as a defender first. So we got to remember that. He was Chicago's draft pick. He came up under Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose squad. You had Joakim Noah. You had Carlos Boozer. You had, you know, those were like the top 3 players on the team. You had Jimmy Butler. You know, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. You had the Derrick Rose MVP year before he blew his knees out. Yes, twice. So my thing is, you sit there and you watch Jimmy Butler. He was really just a defender that was really holding it down for the Bulls at the time. Over time, he was able to develop a jump shot, and that jump shot is now his shot. And now when he's playing defense, he can become, you know, I think people give him too much scoring. Like, they expect him to be the offensive threat, and he's not an offensive threat. Y'all got spoiled. He learned how to build his jump shot. He showed us some scoring things. He's not an offensive threat. He's just a guy that can score now. But my thing is, when you look at his best like attribute is defense. He came into this league as a defender first, so you see that. So when you're able to sit there in game 4 and slow the likes of a Jamal Murray down, and he had like 15 points going into the fourth quarter, you did your job. Now, people expect Jimmy Butler to come out and be like, yo, I'm finna put 40 on their head as well. Yeah, he probably could do that, but we asking for too much because they don't have no other threat out there for him to even go off like that. Like he can give it to you depending on who's hot with him. Because you have Gabe Vincent, you have Caleb Martin, you have Max Strus, and you have Bam. Bam's supposed to be his right-hand man, his sidekick and all that, and he don't even show up enough for Jimmy Butler. And it's just like trying not to disrespect my boy AD because this is kind of like disrespectful, but Bam to me has AD tendencies, meaning like he's going to play defense, but he going to play lackluster defense. The difference between AD playing defense and Bam playing defense. Bam defense is down here compared to AD's defense. And that's not me being biased at all. It's just honesty. But still, if you supposed to be the defender, the defense anchor that's supposed to be on that team, you have to do something. You can't just let Jokic or Aaron Gordon go off for 27 points. And that was a big deal for me because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it like, I'm literally watching this game. He had 2 of these performances so far. I believe it was game 1 and game 4. This man done went off, period. I could be wrong. It probably was game 3. I think it was game 1 and game 4, though, to be honest with you. So, yeah, y'all let Aaron Gordon, he not even an offensive-minded player. He just a high flyer that can play defense. And he was hitting threes like he was Klay Thompson. Pulling up from the 3 from the corner, smacking them. Pulling up from the hash, smacking them. Driving on people. Obviously, I don't understand what the game plan is against him because when you threw Kevin Love in there, and Kevin Love, I know he's older, but you put a body on him, you see the difference. You see the slowdown. But you put Gabe Vincent on him, Max Strus on him. You put who not gonna eat? Shaq always say, barbecue chicken. This barbecue chicken. You put him on a Gabe Vincent and you expect Gabe Vincent to stop? Come on, man. Like, it's just at this point you starting to see people's weaknesses in these teams and stuff like that, and you realizing the Denver Nuggets are too big for the Heat. Period. Now, I'm saying all that to say is like tonight got to be different. Just put it like this. Tonight has to be a different outcome. You have to go for it. It's 3-1. You have to stop people. Like y'all, it just was irritating because it reminds me of the Lakers when I just sit there. I'm like, y'all can't let Jokic do all 3. Y'all gotta sacrifice and let him do 1. Give him 1. He could give me 40. Like I always tell people, he can give me 40, 50 points if he want to. But I'm going to make sure the other 4 players that's surrounding him is not finna give me 20 plus points. You letting, come on. I can't even say he a role player. So you letting a role player drop 27 points in the final. He's not that. He's not that dude. So you could call it luck. You call it whatever you want to call it. Me, personally, it looked like luck, but he be open. Y'all not being aggressive enough. We seeing who's more aggressive, and Jimmy Butler keeps putting him on himself. We all know, Jimmy, you the leader, so you gonna keep blaming yourself. But realistically, we need to look at this big man that's down there that's supposed to be, just like Perk was saying earlier, you need to pay attention to that. It needs to be a collective agreement within the unit of the team who's on the floor to really play team defense. It's not an individual thing at this point. It's the finals. You need to play team defense here. So if you guys want to win game whatever 5 tonight, y'all got to go out there and go get it and play some defense. That's just what it is. And y'all need to stop putting so much pressure on Jimmy Butler because he who he is already. He's Jimmy Buckets. You call him what you want to call it, but he who he is. Like he needs another person. And breaking news, we just gonna get breaking news. Maybe the person is showing up for him tonight in Tyler Hero. And I'm hoping, this is why I give him a slim chance, is because I'm hoping Tyler Hero and his sore hand wraps up. You get it all wrapped up, get it all, whatever you need to get it done. But come on, man. He needs to come in here. I'm not expecting him to come in and save him with 30 points. Hey, if it happens, it happens. I'll be like, damn, okay, you the man. But still, Jimmy needs some help. Just having Tyler Hero come back, he can help a little bit. Like I was saying, that little bit can push Jimmy up to, actually giving you that extra scoring effort that he realizes he can relax and he's not pressured to have to really I have to score. If I don't score, then we're not going to go nowhere. If Tyler Hero's back, maybe Tyler Hero can take the pressure off him because you're going to guard him. He averaged 20 points a game this season. So, they're going to guard him. So now the pressure is off and now he can elevate his game and get it popping. Now, what's going to probably happen tonight? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I believe the Nuggets going to win, unfortunately. But to be super honest, I'll be glad the playoffs is over. I'm ready for off season. I'm ready for the summer league. I'm ready for stuff to start, the rumor reel. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for things to start mixing up and all the false news that's coming out. I'm ready for it. It's going to be fun this summer because it's big summer. You got a lot of names coming. Last week, Chris Paul, for instance, I was telling people, you let go of Monty Williams. What do you expect Chris Paul to sit there and be like, okay, Frank, come on, let's do it? No, Monty Williams is Chris Paul's coach, preferred coach. That's why the Suns went to go get him and they had him because he was the preferred coach, So, yeah, you go get a championship team, a championship coach who won and been in these situations. That's cool. All due respect, you do need a defensive coach to be teaching this Phoenix Suns currently because they don't have defense. So Frank Vogel, if the roster don't get mixed up and fixed up, he's going to have a task on his hands to force these boys to become defenders, or at least scrappy defenders. So I could see why Chris Paul has asked, he didn't ask out, but I could see the discussion that's going on about if they're going to waive him, if they're going to keep him. Can we sign him for the vet minimum? Can he do this and that? Because he's worth 16 mil over here. He can get 12 mil over there. He can do this and that. But my whole thing about Chris Paul is, with all due respect again, he's dope. Me, when I was playing basketball, I honestly try to model my game after Chris Paul. I was sitting there, I was watching YouTube videos, watching highlights when he was on the Hornets at the time, because it was New Orleans Hornets before they changed to the Pelicans, y'all. Don't jump on me for that. But yeah, so I was sitting there watching the game. I saw him come in, get drafted in. We saw he grew. He was little. He was, like me, so he was quick. I like his game. He dunked on Dwight Howard. Y'all remember that? He was him before him was a thing, because he was him. So, and he was so much of him, he even tried to become a Laker, and they vetoed him from becoming a Laker. So you can only imagine, that was with Kobe at the time. I believe that was 2008 or 9, where the Lakers tried to make a trade for Chris Paul and it got vetoed. They're like, hell no. We already know y'all got Kobe over there. The owners was probably crying about it. They're like, no, heck no, we don't need that, blah blah blah, so forth. Lakers end up getting Pau Gasol and they end up going on to 2 championships. Anyways, so my whole thing is, if Chris Paul was here now, I believe he would have helped send Kobe away with a few more titles, and he would have definitely passed Jordan. Y'all can argue with me about it, I don't care. Also, Chris Paul would have definitely had his first couple of rings here in LA. Now, fast forward to an older Chris Paul, he can still contribute, but the only way this is going to work for the Lakers and on the Lakers is if he comes here and willing to take a lesser role as far as minutes go. You're still going to be the floor general you are, because I can really I could count on a Chris Paul in a fourth quarter situation, in a big game situation. I could count on Chris Paul versus a D'Angelo Russell, even though D'Angelo Russell is a heck of a player. We can't deny that. It's just, when this goes, this goes. So it's like Gilbert Arenas was saying, he was like, I don't need you to take 200 shots and only take 2 during the game, D-Lo. And that's exactly what he was doing. So we need somebody who's going to be aggressive, somebody who's going to demand the ball, somebody who's going to spread the floor out. And really, if we go this route, the Lakers go this route, because it's rumored that he's looking this way, and the best option will be the Clippers or the Lakers. Clippers, he ain't getting nothing with the Clippers. Lakers is probably the closest thing he could get something to, because we were just there, Western Conference Finals. We were there. You don't know if Kawhi gonna play. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know if Paul George gonna play. And you definitely for sure know they might they might even keep Russell Westbrook over there right now because it was working for them in the playoffs. So he might be a perfect fit for the Clippers. He home, he there, they like him, whatever, have him. But as far as CP3 goes, I believe in the abilities he can bring because he's still, his IQ is elite, you know, even though he's older. It doesn't matter. They always tell you the older the better. It is what it is. You're knowledgeable. You know what you're doing. You've been here before. You done seen this play a million times. You done shot the shot a million times. You done did what you did a million times already at this point of your career. I think it's his 18th year, I believe. But yeah, so we get into like the paperwork of things. If he comes here, I would say, like everybody else is saying, he would have to take a vet minimum just to realize, okay, maybe I can take this little bit of bread here and let the team, you know, build and get the players, or re-sign the players that we've had that showed that they here, like a Vando or Rui or Austin Reeves. Hell, if you ask me, we could probably get Kyrie and a CP3. That's all I'm saying, because if you get him at the low and you get Kyrie at the low, then you can have a squad at the low and you can just, can I hope a little bit? It's just a little wishful thinking. It's like so I'm just saying, but honestly, let's get real though. If CP3 does come here, you can see that he will not only be able to take Austin Reeves under his wing a little bit more, because at least Austin Reeves now got a guy like a CP3 to sit there and be like, okay, Austin, let's hit the gym. Let me show you some. Let me let you pick my brain so I can show you how you can be me without being me on the floor when I'm not there. So basically, and Austin Reeves is smart. His IQ's up there too. So what's wrong with having 4 leaders on a team? You need it. You're going to need it. So in a sense of everything I'm trying to say is, I don't see CP3 being a bad fit for the Lakers. I honestly think he'll be a great fit for the Lakers. It's just, what is he going to do? Is he willing to take less on the dollar? Is he willing to take less minutes? Because I can see the Lakers giving him 15, 20 minutes off the bench. Not mean, you know, like a Kyle Lowry like he's doing for Miami right now. Kyle Lowry's like, okay, I get it. These dudes is quicker. I get it. They're younger. You know, I can't say their IQ is better, but we have a better chance when I'm coming off the bench because now I can run this unit. And I believe Chris Paul can run a second unit. Can you imagine? I mean, they already played together. It was Chris Paul and Dennis. They played together. Can you imagine doing that? Like, honestly, bringing in Chris Paul, Dennis, and having Austin Reeves still there. It's going to go crazy. Like, we got 2 scrapper, 3, because I got to throw Austin Reeves in there. He has proven himself. We have 3 scrappers already lined up on the squad, you know, that's going to defend. That's already been there. They done seen it, and they're going to be ready. And I'm not trying to be biased. This is just the news that's being out right now, is that if CP3 gets waived, where would he go and for how much and how? And my thing is, he makes so much money off these commercials. He has a whole campaign off of State Farm, and being back in LA, I'm pretty sure it's going to boost his commercial values to go right back up again. Now we're going to be seeing him all the time. Playing for the Lakers though, and doing that too. Yeah, you going to be, man, I'm telling you, you for sure going to be making some kind of money. But CP3 coming back and playing for a franchise like the Lakers, who's not going to want to keep milking that, as far as like a bunch of those. So I can see it happening. Whatever y'all want to believe about them, like trying to say, oh, Frank Vogel came out saying, oh, this is not even, I talked to CP3, we did not waive him, but his team is having a discussion with ownership right now. Okay. You guys can give me that fluff if you want to, but don't mean I'm gonna believe it, because I don't believe that. I believe that it's a chance he will, because I don't see the Suns keeping him. I mean, the man missed the playoffs off of Hemi. But my only thing before I go is tell y'all this. The Lakers better not, and I repeat, they better not trade for that man. Now, that's when all bets is off, because I'm not trading for Kyrie. I'm not trading for no CP3. I'm just going to chill, and I'm going to go get me a point guard out the draft, period. Because if that's the case, we can go get a shooter out the draft. I don't care who it is. The 43rd pick, the the 17th pick. We gonna look for a shooter because we know Mr. 47 is in the finals today and he's close to winning the championship today. So you can't really put a number on somebody's value. You know, they might not be him tomorrow, but they can be him later. They look at Jokic. Look at Draymond. He was a 59th pick. And look at him. 4 chips later. He is the leader of Golden State and their dynasty, period. Draymond Green. There is no Steph Curry with championships without Draymond Green. I'm just saying, but I know for sure Mr. 47 is in the finals today. Jokic, he's there. So you just never know what you're going to get. Lakers tend to try to trade our young people away, try to be great today. We better not. Lakers, y'all better not trade for Kyrie Irving, or y'all better not trade for CP3. I'm done. I'm not gonna, that's it. That's it. Y'all do that. I'm just like, for sure, if y'all do that, for sure, I'm expecting about 2 chips between that old peoples. And I'm talking about LeBron James and CP3. Ain't no excuse. Because if you're going to risk all that, you might as well. You see, Miami got undrafted players. So technically, it's really no excuse. They got undrafted squad down there. They ain't even been. They probably playing for peanuts and some nickels. That's just the truth. But they balling though. They undrafted, so they here balling. So if y'all do that without sacrificing my dude AR and Rui, then we better win a chip next year. That's all I'm going to say. Or we did it for nothing, because we can't trust Chris Paul's hemmies. And I'm talking about his hamstrings. We can't trust that. You know, we can't trust AD all the time. Although AD has proved to me when LeBron's not around who he can be. Let's just be honest, because we ain't really talked about how he was balling them 17 games and put the Lakers into this playoff situation, because he could have folded when LeBron was out, but he didn't. And people always seem to forget how he did step up. No, he doesn't have that alpha in him. He doesn't have that dog in him. Do you ever realize maybe the dog is being on a chain and muzzled by somebody else because he don't want to, step on anybody's toes, and he respects LeBron James and stuff like that? Now, as soon as he was hurt, AD was there, averaging almost 30 points a game, period. So y'all can miss me with that. The health thing is different, but y'all can miss me with the whole mentality and thing, because he can be him. It's just sometimes you don't want to step on toes. With all that, when me saying all that, Lakers, y'all better not trade for these guys unless, well, don't trade my guys. Y'all can trade a pick or whatever y'all want to do. And D'Angelo Russell, he can go, but don't trade my guys. We just gonna be smart, because it seems like everybody always asking us for everybody when we want just one person, and we always get robbed. And then that one person ends up going somewhere else for some peanuts and some nickels. It is what it is. So free agency starts June 29th. Well, people can start conversating. You can start talking to people. You start realizing what's going on. So that's June 29th. The finals can end tonight. Right now, it could end tonight. It could be over in the next. I think we could say it starts in about 5 hours or less. So we could say it can be over within like 7 hours. NBA season done. And a lot of people probably wasn't even watching it just because it was the Nuggets and the Heats. Because a lot of people have been paying attention to what the media have been talking about, just like Chris Paul is still in the media right now again. And we still not talking about how the Nuggets is about to close out the Heat tonight. So I'm going to tell you, I believe the Nuggets going to close out the Heat tonight. I believe Jokic and the boys are going to do it. And Jokic is going to get his chip, his only chip as a Nugget. That's it. Finally, we can go to the offseason. Finally, we can talk about LeBron waving the flags. We could finally, honestly, I know everybody wants to talk about the whole John Morant situation, because I'm going to have a special clip for that when it's time. Because we got reports saying that this boy was using a toy gun. His team come out 2 months later talking about it was a toy gun. Like, it's just like they already know what the situation is going to be with the whole NBA and how long he's probably going to be gone, John Morant. That's what I'm talking about. So that's out. Then you got Zion Williamson. Like, I don't even have no words, because I'm trying to keep it PG on here. But he over there finishing and won't even finish a season. And I'm going to leave y'all there with that. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. And remember what I always tell y'all. Thank y'all for watching Too Small to Ball. I'm your host, Taquan. And stay small, y'all. We out.
Pressure, yeah. Apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure.